The 4 triggers that make her think of you all day. At work, with her friends, before she goes to sleep. You're in her head even when you're not around. Ever wonder why some guys live rent-free in a girl's mind while you're getting left on red? It's not luck. It's not looks. It's because he's triggering something in her brain that keeps her replaying him over and over. And once you understand what those 4 triggers are, you won't just get her attention, you'll become the guy she can't stop thinking about, even when she's trying not to. I used to think attraction was about making a good impression, being charming, being funny, being memorable. Then I watched a girl obsess over a guy who barely texted her back. She'd bring him up constantly, check her phone hoping he replied, and I couldn't figure it out until I learned something nobody ever teaches us. A woman doesn't think about you because of what you do. She thinks about you because of what you make her feel. And trigger number 3 is the one that plants you so deep in her mind that even if you disappear for weeks, she's still running mental loops about you. But before I show you that trigger, you need to understand the first one, because without this, the other 3 won't stick. Trigger number 1. You see her soul, not her face. Most guys compliment her looks. You're so beautiful. Your eyes are amazing. You're stunning. Here's the problem. She's heard that 99 times this week, from family, friends, random guys online, everyone. So when you say it, you're just background noise, another compliment in a sea of compliments. But when you say something like this, I like how you always pause before you speak, like you're choosing the right words. Or the way you get excited about small things is rare. Most people miss those moments. She stops because you just noticed something nobody else sees. You saw her soul, not just her face. But trigger number 2 is what keeps you there all day. You have boundaries. A woman will test you, not because she's complicated, but because she's looking for one thing: strength. She wants to know if you have a spine, or if you bend every time she pushes. She'll say things like, "Why do you always reply late, even though you reply fast?" She'll ask, "Would you stop being friends with her if I asked?" She doesn't care about your friend. She's testing, do you have boundaries? Most guys fail this test immediately. They either submit completely and lose their personality, or they explode and prove they can't handle pressure. Both are losses. The guy who wins, he stays calm, smiles, and says, "I reply when I'm free, and I choose my friends based on character, not drama." She might act upset for a moment, but she'll respect you. And respect is what makes her forget every other guy who's been trying to please her, because you're the only one who stood firm. Now, boundaries make her respect you, but trigger number 3, this is what keeps you in her head even when you're not around. Trigger number 3, you create emotional loops. You don't give her closure. You create emotional loops. Think about your favorite TV show. Why do you binge it? Because every episode ends with a cliffhanger, an unfinished tension. Your brain needs to close that loop. Same thing happens with her. When you end a conversation on a high note and walk away first, when you don't reply to every text immediately, when you create moments she wants to replay but can't fully understand, you become an open loop in her mind, and her brain will keep replaying you, trying to figure you out. What's he thinking? Why is he so calm? What does he want? Most guys give constant access, constant answers, constant availability. You're giving mystery, and mystery is what makes her think about you at 2 a.m. when she should be sleeping. Now, emotional loops keep you in her mind, but trigger number 4, this is what makes you impossible to forget.
You could have money, status, perfect body, perfect job, but if when you talk to her she feels like she's reading a resume, it's over. Here's the psychological secret nobody tells you. A woman doesn't choose her life partner with logic. She chooses him with emotion. You don't need to explain why you're a good option. You need to make her feel something she can't explain. When you enter her mind, you're an option. But when you enter her heart, you become a necessity. And when you become a necessity, she can't let go. Even if you argue, Even if months pass, you're engraved because you didn't enter through logic, you entered through emotion. So ask yourself, do I speak in a way that moves her, or do I present myself like a boring interview? If you want her to forget every other guy, stop trying to be the best option. Become the only option she feels. I broke down the exact psychology of starting conversations that trigger all 4 of these in the video on your screen right now. Click that video, because being invisible to her is worse than being rejected by her. Let's meet there.